What up, where's your boy Chuck Wick, ill, aka Charles Brown, back again for another Talking Facts. But first, I want to ask you, are you good? Good. All right, man, we got some terrible news. DMX has passed away. According to reports, it is final. I want to say rest in peace to DMX. And I want to also say that I need you guys, right, to understand what's really going on as opposed to what they're trying to make it into. Now, I don't know the facts of who did what and said what, but somebody is creating a narrative trying to tie DMX in with the COVID vaccine, that he got the COVID vaccine and passed away of a heart attack because of the vaccine. And I'll be the first to tell you, I do not believe that even a little bit, right? Not to say nobody's dying from the vaccine, not to say nobody has had complications from the vaccine. But what I do want to say is, for a fact, we always knew for years that DMX has had a drug problem. And when the video first came out, or, you know, of whatever came out saying he overdosed on TMZ or what have you, no one doubted that DMX could overdose, because he's overdosed before, if I'm not mistaken. You can correct me if I'm wrong. And no one doubts that DMX has a drug issue. This has been common knowledge for years. So I don't know who got the bright idea to try to all of a sudden 6 days later to say that DMX has passed away due to a heart attack created by complications from the vaccine of COVID. Now, the simple fact that there are a lot of anti-vaxxers who would love for that story to be true, because it's so murky that once you attach that to a star of the caliber of DMX, you could pretty much enhance your argument everywhere that the vaccine is bad. If your whole intention is to say the vaccine is bad, attach it to someone as notable as DMX, and you got a winner. Chicken dinner. You know what I'm saying? But you have to understand that it's some people out there who don't care about someone else's legacy, or they don't care about someone else's life, as long as their agenda is uplifted in some kind of way, and as long as they are causing havoc to something that they don't agree with, right? Now, I'm going to put it to you like this. I am not a person who was mad convinced at all about getting vaccinated or getting shot with the vaccine. I went as long as I could without getting it. But I'm going to tell you firsthand, I got a shot. I got a vaccine shot. It took a lot of pride in me, and I was just like every other person who doesn't want it, especially black person. You're like, bro, you ain't sticking me with that. I'm not putting that in my body. You understand? But I made the choice. I'm not telling nobody else to do it or not do it. But at the end of the day, once you decide what's right for you, for your age bracket, for your family's mental health and well-being, if you decide that you don't want to be a carrier or what have you, not saying that the vaccine stops you from being a carrier, but you make the decision for yourself at some point. I'm not here to be pro or anti-vaccine, because I get both sides of the argument. But what I am here to tell you is, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and not one way or the other. I got the shot. I had 0 complications. Again, I'm not telling you to go get it or don't go get it. Don't tell your grandmother to get it. Don't tell your grandfather. But what I do know is, if anybody should be getting it, if it's what they say it is, then it should be black people, older black people. But at the end of the day, for someone to come out and say DMX passed away due to complications of the COVID vaccine, it's disrespectful to that man. First of all, you're changing his whole life story, right? If his life story was a struggle of addiction and he's going to help somebody with that, they're going to be like, I don't want to die like DMX. Then you're going to change the narrative on something like that and say, nah, he died of the COVID vaccine, which just is brand new. This has just happened. So you're going to change years of struggle and just wipe it all away and say it's COVID. First of all, COVID vaccine ain't that to the black community or no community that drugs is. It is a fact. COVID vaccine ain't nowhere near done the damage of drugs. And I would go so far to say somebody that's not in our community would be the first one to do that. To say that it's, I don't think no one in our community would switch that up and say, no, it's the vaccine. They'll run with it, of course. They're going to run with it because they want to run with it. But the first person that kicked that up, I don't think that's in the community because that takes away everything that we struggled for. All of a sudden now it's this, right? You heard of a lot of people dying of COVID, but you ain't heard, how many people you heard dying of the vaccine? You're going to have one or two who had complications. I know hundreds of people who died of the real thing, of COVID. Millions of people died from drug use. But you're going to zero in because you don't like the vaccine, right? You're going to take away all of the people that could be saved from drug awareness, right? From drug addiction awareness. You're going to take that away. You're going to remove that to start this anti-vaccine thing that's important to you, right? We're not dying by the droves of the vaccine. It's just a fact. We're dying by the droves of not preparing for it and taking our happy ass down to Miami and doing all this nonsense, right? I know a lot of people who grandmother and granddad is gone. Their mom is gone. So all that you talking about what the vaccine may and might do, I know what COVID really did, and it gone. So switching the narrative up to make DMX this unfortunate person who took a shot of the door, none of his other matters came into play. Is he be around if he didn't get the vaccine? Is that what you're trying to do? Get out of here, bro. And what we're going to do right now, right? Anybody that's brave enough to speak up in this situation, you're going to have trouble. They're going to talk crazy to you. But at the end of the day, you don't have no choice, bro. You can't let somebody run with a narrative about he died from a vaccine. I'm going to stand on this. I don't believe that for 1 second. Not even a little bit. And I don't care if you get the vaccine or not. It does not matter to me what you do. I don't care if you wear a mask, don't wear a mask. I don't care what you do, right? But when you come to me and ask me my opinion about the DMX die of a vaccine injection, I'm going to laugh at you. I don't care what no one says. Because if that was the case, they would have said that from day one. How he going to have a drug overdose if he never had drugs? So at the end of the day, he went to the hospital for what? He didn't go to the hospital for something random. He was doing drugs, and they said, oh, snap, he overdosed on this. So now, 6 days later, you're going to try to tell me it's the vaccine? Get out of here. I don't believe that for a second. And if you're smart enough, you shouldn't believe that either. All right? So I'm going to end it off with like this, man. Rest in peace, DMX. Don't besmirch the man's name. Don't let him ruin your name, X. And the people that's around X, don't ruin his name. Don't let them run with this. Own it, man. He lived like he lived, and someone else can learn from his life. And on that note, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button. Talking Facts. We got several sites to follow us on. I'm going to catch y'all on the flip side. CLBMG. Peace.